Exactly.
Yeah. Our score 79-40. Villanova with the lead. This was, when you talk of perfection in a game, a championship game, how about this? In 34 minutes, and I'll never forget, Brent Musburger was calling the championship. He was having a lot of fun with Jensen's night when he got really warm in the second half. Trumbull, Connecticut's own. And we've had a few times through the years to run into one another, Harold, but I don't remember a day as good as this one. I really don't.
No, I'm right there with you, Tim. It's fantastic. And you know what? It's a great tribute to Coach Mass and, you know, a group of guys that worked hard, played together, and found good fortune one night in April Fool's, I guess, huh?
I know you've had to have taken the VHS and converted it to DVD, right?
You know,
you had to have done that.
we did. I'm not as sophisticated as that. I couldn't figure it out, so I had my son do it. You know,
those were the early days of VHS tapes. And listen, did you have any idea that it was going to take that kind of perfection as a team for you to do it?
Well, you know, we had played them a couple times during the season, played them well, so we knew what we were up against. And, you know, we took good shots that night. We played within ourselves. And, you know, we all kind of bought in, I think, down the stretch that year. And that's what it was all about.
You know, Harold, I guess a couple of weeks before you were struggling. And, like, the end of the year, you sort of turned it on. But what is it Rolly did to, like, that positive vibe to give you that kind of confidence?
Yeah. You know what? He didn't give up on me. And 2 weeks of struggling is kind. I struggled the first year and a half, I think.
Hey, I liked you, though. I liked you.
I know, Bill. You're too nice. You're too nice, both you guys. But you know what? They never gave up on me. Always willing. You know, my teammates always willing to stay after practice and, you know, just help me keep working on it. And Coach Mass and I had so many one-on-one talks where he just said, look, just go out and play. You belong here. You can play at this level. You know, don't have any doubt about that. We love you. And you can do no wrong. Just go play the game like you know how to play it. And, you know, when you hear that over and over again from, you know, a guy that is, you know, I think one of the best coaches of all time, quite frankly, you know, it just finally gave me comfort, confidence. And then, you know, I get into a couple games at the end of that year. And now, you know, I make a few buckets, and now I feel like I belong, and you know, the rest was good history for us.
Matchups in that game. If there was one from your perspective that was most critical in terms of stabilizing Georgetown so that you guys could control the pace, if you made the shots you were going to win, what was it? What are you going in for?
You know, we always put up on the board before the game, we'd always put keys to the game, and it was either first or second, you know, was rebounding. So between Patrick and Bill Martin and Reggie Williams in their front line, obviously we had to keep them off the boards. And Eddie had a lot of success against Patrick, you know, over their 4 years. He really knew how to play him well, and I think frustrated him enough that, you know, the rest of us could really team rebound. And, you know, and that was one of the keys.
You know, Garfinkel told me that even at 5-star, when those two guys played against each other, and they did at the 5-star camp, Pinckney played him better than anybody.
You know what? Eddie really just knew how to play. I mean, Eddie obviously was a great player, and he played very well against many terrific players. But Patrick in particular, he really knew how to play. And, you know, Eddie was long and agile, and, you know, he was easy Ed, but he was a fiery competitor deep down. So,
and of course, Rolly moved them up to the high post a little bit more too, to have Patrick come out from under the hoop, which certainly helped too. Don't you think?
He did, absolutely. Yeah, we brought Eddie up to the top of the key, you know, because Eddie could shoot. He could shoot the 15-footer, and, you know, that gave us a little more space. And when you pull Patrick out of the lane and get him, you know, 15 feet out, you know, now there's a little bit more room for the rest of us to try and create some opportunities and drive and kick.
Now how does it feel this many years later to go through these 2 days? I mean, it's got to be gratifying for you and your teammates.
It is incredibly rewarding. It really is. And all of us feel so blessed by all of it. And, you know, the fact that we've stayed together, you know, we have a special bond, no question. It's a great group of guys, as you guys know. And obviously a legend at the helm, and a great coaching staff, too, which, you know, maybe didn't get quite the credit over the years that they should have. But we had a great coaching staff and always prepared, always knew what we were up against. And, you know, just so many great memories.
Well, there are more coaches here, I think, than players celebrating Rolly's 80th. And it means a lot for us to see you tonight, Harold. And thanks for the great memories you gave us. We enjoyed the journey alongside you.
Guys, Tim, Bill, thanks so much.
All right, great to see you.
Real thrill. Always great to see you.
I'll see you a little later. Bring a couple of bucks, though.
You know what? You know what? I know never to come empty-handed with you guys.
Touche, as they would say.
Right.
Thanks, Harold.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right.